What's up, Screwbies?
It's happening.
Here we are again.
What's up?
With
Big Shot Joe.
Case Wine.
And me.
What's your name?
Oh yeah, Captain Bill.
Okay. Here we go.
Everyone knows me.
We're back for another edition of The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen.
They all know my name.
Where you come from?
What I'm all about.
So,
Yeah, man. So,
we got a lot to talk about this week.
here it is.
Yeah, man.
Another,
Who?
another. Ooh.
Who's got,
Ooh.
who's got
There's
the
owls.
list? Who's got the list?
Yeah.
Where's the list?
The lit. Oh, you mean the Dirty Dozen list?
Absolutely, not the list of Jericho. There it is.
I have here the official list of the
Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen.
That's right. The 12 topics that we want to talk about from the past week. Now, it's actually Monday, so instead of talking about last week's NXT episode, we're going to include War Games in our discussions.
Yes, sir.
So
that.
let me officially present
Oh!
the
Lights
list
flashing.
to Case Wine. Are you ready?
Did you feel the
Don't
change?
you dare be sour! Clap for your 321 screw.
Well, in all
New
seriousness,
day?
Yes. Yeah.
the number one, the first topic we're going to start off with, everybody's felt a little sadness this past week.
Yep.
Absolutely
We lost
they did.
a late,
Yeah.
great Hall of Famer, the first ever inaugural Intercontinental Champion.
And the father of the Royal Rumble. Yeah, that he was that was his idea.
He did. He created the concept for the 30-man
Yep.
Royal Rumble.
Mr. Pat Patterson.
And you know the thing with Pat Patterson is you can't help but deny the impact that he had on
without a
pro
doubt.
wrestling. I mean, you watching the shows, which NXT, Raw, SmackDown, they all did very nice tributes to Patterson. But them showing all the tweets from all these other, great Hall of Famers, Hogan, Flair,
Rock.
The Rock,
Triple H.
Shawn Michaels, all these, and not just the greats, but like up and coming guys, which you realize what an impact he had on Bailey,
Well, yeah.
Sami Zayn, these guys, how he was, they all talk about how Patterson was.
They all said his psychology for the not psychology, but like how he can call the match.
Yeah.
He would be able to create the scenario they were going to use when they go out to have the match.
He was a very, very important part of the staff in the back
Yeah.
in WWE.
Oh yeah, he was, and with NXT, and apparently he was a lover of karaoke because they all talked about how they were going to miss, his karaoke singing
And his favorite song was "My Way"
by Frank
by
Sinatra.
Frank
Yep,
Sinatra.
that's the one he would sing all the time.
Yep.
They all talked about it, but yeah, man, he's the guy. He was an inspiration to a lot of people, and he was just like you said, man. His wrestling mind was it was unmatched, man. He had great ideas, and he really truly loved the business, and he cared
Yeah.
about the performers, young and old, and
And I for one of my truly favorite times of Pat Patterson's times I remember, because that's when I was growing up, the Stooges of him.
yeah, him and
Pat
Jerry
Patterson,
Briscoe.
Jerry Briscoe with Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
That was some funny shit.
Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, and he was
Mr.
like one of the
McMahon.
first. He was one of the first openly gay wrestlers too.
Yeah.
It was, but it did not tarnish, his legacy at all.
I can tell you probably 5 or 6 generations, there probably has not been a single professional wrestler who hasn't felt his presence in one way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be missed. He was just an integral part of not just WWE, but just pro wrestling in general, man. So it's
Thank you, Pat.
yeah, for everything you did for the business. Just sports entertainment in general.
Right.
Rest in peace for sure. He definitely, he will be missed.
Let's thank Pat Patterson for everything he's done. Let's move on to our next topic, topic number 2. We're not going to do too much on. We're going to try to go right through this because it's a whole event. War Games,
Yeah,
freshly
just
off last night.
like
Awesome.
cheese sticks through someone with who's lactose intolerant. We're just gonna power right through.
Yeah, there you go.
The women's War Game match.
Yeah, it
I
started
don't-
off the show.
I don't think they could have done more damage to themselves than they tried.
I feel like the cops should have been called.
Dude, they're reporting that Candice LeRae actually broke her arm or her wrist or something in
Off
that
of
match.
that ladder
Yeah,
shot
I-
with Shotzi Blackheart.
I think it was when she had the chair,
The chair was wrong.
and they jumped. That was
They shouldn't have used the chair.
Dude, yeah.
and then Io suffered an injury too, but it wasn't. It's not.
Well,
an
Io,
issue.
that was when she had the
She
trash
was inside.
can on
Not
her.
when she jumped off it, which was crazy. Because they
Oh, when
weren't
she was
letting
on
her, they weren't letting her get in the ring.
Yeah.
Raquel
She was
Gonzalez
laying-
and Tony Storm
You're
just
talking
stopping
about
her.
when she was laying on
Yeah.
the mat with the trash can on her.
Yeah,
Dakota Kai jumped on
Dakota
her.
Kai put the trash can on her and she was laying down and she jumped.
Oh,
They
yeah.
basically did the coup de grace
Well,
Yeah.
onto the trash
she
can.
should be happy that it was Dakota Kai and not the other one, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, yeah.
That would have ended really badly. Or what's the other one? The one that we were talking about, the blonde. Oh,
Tony Storm.
yeah. Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah. Well, but Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez were the two
Oh.
biggest ones there.
Yeah.
Result of the match, Candice LeRae's team won.
Yeah, and the interesting part about it was it was Raquel Gonzalez who actually got the pinfall on Io Shirai, which
That's going to build.
which
another match.
raises some questions. Is this going to get a push for Raquel Gonzalez for the
She
NXT Women's Title?
was entertaining, man.
It's possible, but so yeah.
I could see that.
And then we had, the Ciampa Thatcher match, which Ciampa won. But the way the match ended, there was the stare down. So I don't think that feud's over.
No, especially with that bloody ear, they're gonna have to sell the
dude, I don't
shit
know what
out
the
of
hell
that.
happened to him, boy.
And then we had the triple threat North American Championship match, where we finally saw who was behind the screen mask.
Oh yeah,
Austin
Ghostface.
I was actually wondering where that guy's been.
Yeah,
There
because
he
the
is.
last thing we
Yeah,
saw
last
him
I knew he was a
was that he
disciple.
lost. No, he had come back to NXT.
Did he?
And then he lost a match, and he got mad because he lost, and he's like, "That's it, I quit. And he grabbed his
off.
shit, and the last time you saw him was him getting in his car and leaving from the
Probably a minor
from
injury.
the arena.
Probably an
So-
injury, had to nurse it, come back.
So it makes. So then, it basically, was he the Ghostface guy that helped Gargano beat
That's
Damian
what it
Priest
appears
at
to be.
Halloween Havoc?
Probably.
Because we know Indy Hartwell was the who also, we didn't mention, interfered in the women's
Yeah.
There's gonna
in the
be
women's match.
there's gonna be hell to pay. That's what I think's gonna happen.
So yeah, and Gargano now
Said it all official.
Gargano has said about Austin Theory. He said that that's his adopted son now.
Oh boy,
So so apparently that's going to be
that's
so.
funny.
Candice
Gargano's so
LeRae's
much
got her
shorter than
lackey.
him.
Candice LeRae's got her her lackey and
Right,
Indy
right.
Hartwell, and now Johnny Gargano's got
It's
his.
the Gargano way.
Yeah, apparently.
And then you got To the Moon.
Oh, that
Oh,
jackass.
yeah. That's C-Roy's favorite.
Strap match.
He can't stop talking about Cameron Grimes. He's always wanting to watch
He is
Cameron
in
Grimes
love with
match.
Cameron Grimes.
For Christmas, he wants a Cameron Grimes shirt. He told me he wants,
wants
one
a
of his.
hat, dude. He's already got the beard. He might as well
Yeah,
just get the hat.
he does have the beard
He
for it.
does.
Cheat-
But he
cheating
faced.
egg eating, pocketing, some bitch.
Did you say who he faced? Did we already announce?
Dexter Lewis.
Okay, he faced Dexter Loomis in a strap match, which the match got underway and it didn't technically start until how many minutes in?
I don't know.
Man, it went on for a while, and then they finally got in the ring.
And Loomis finally put
the strap on.
They
Not
rung
the
bell.
strap on like you would think in something else. It was a leather strap on the arms. They were ready to go.
Yeah. But Loomis won, so
Shut up back there.
Oh,
Vinny
C-Roy.
Fowler.
C-Roy was sad. He was mad. He was when Loomis got the pin. I was watching it with him.
He cried.
He was really shook up
Yeah.
when Grimes lost.
He did, man.
I
He
had
wouldn't
to- I had to
speak for
console
about
him.
a few days.
I had to console him.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it was just last night, so
Since last night.
That's right. Had nightmares.
he finally came around earlier this afternoon. So, and then we had the that little vignette
Vignette
Also-
of who?
of the returning
Carrying Cross.
Karrion Kross.
I'm
TikTok.
stoked about that.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Scarlett.
TikTok.
I'm also equally excited to see Scarlett Bordeaux back.
I can second that, sir.
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Now, is he going to come back and go right after Finn Balor? Because he was the champion. He beat Keith Lee, and then he had to relinquish the title because of the shoulder injury.
It would make sense to
Well,
do that.
Well, it could make very good sense because technically, the Undisputed Era, even though they won the War Games, which we're going to get into, they could still be having a feud with McAfee, which leaves a title shot, or it leaves Karrion Kross to go after Finn Balor.
Yeah,
Finn Balor
you got
don't
to
really have
think.
a
You just have to
storyline.
think that's who he's going to go after.
Yeah.
Is Balor.
I mean, it makes sense. Why wouldn't he go
Yeah,
after
once
the
his
title
belt back that he had to relinquish
that he
because
had
of
to
injury.
relinquish? That's the story they're going to play. He never lost it. He wants it back. So that's money right there.
And then the main
Finn
Karrion
event,
Balor,
Kross, Finn
Karrion
Balor?
Kross, that's money.
yeah.
Hear me out about this.
I'm hearing you.
Because, all right, you know what Karrion Kross, his character, how, what it's like, the entrance, that
It's like a war
that
film.
grand entrance, and just everything.
Mhm.
Is it going to be Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor? Or do you think there will be
Oh,
a return of the Demon
That'd be
to
awesome.
face
I love the
Karrion
Demon.
Kross?
That
Yeah,
would
it's awesome.
fit perfectly with Karrion Kross's character for that type of match
awesome.
too. It would be
and
awesome.
then maybe Karrion Kross actually defeats the Demon.
But
I don't know, the Demon's never lost.
I know that's
He's
why.
never lost as
That's
the
why it'd
Demon.
be interesting.
that would be interesting. And honestly, I was dying to the one they talked about for a while was Fiend versus the Demon King. But
Yeah.
it never happened. So, maybe with these guys, it'll be
It could
something.
happen.
Yeah.
Well, bulldozing to the main event. We got the main event War Games match between Pat
Undisputed Era.
McAfee's faction and Undisputed Era. Killer match, just like their women's match.
Brutal, hard-hitting.
Undisputed Era picks up the victory, but
Some crazy bumps
not
in
after
that
a
match,
hard
man.
There was a lot of finger bending
hard
too.
fought victory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pete Dunne, man, that's a vicious person right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
In the ring, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but God, man, I can't when he does that finger stuff to the guy.
How about McAfee, though? I mean, he does, he does the back moonsault off the top turnbuckle,
Swanton.
It's a
Yeah.
swanton.
No, he did.
No, he did backwards.
Oh, he did do the moonsault. That's
did
right.
That wasn't
through the
a
table.
swanton. It was a back moonsault
Dude,
through the table, yeah.
he is.
And then he did the swanton.
Yeah, the swanton was off the top.
He's a
He-
crazy mother effer, wasn't
Dude, I don't think he
Dude,
has fear.
it's only his second wrestling match.
That's right, dude. He'll probably be in a Hell in a Cell match next
he?
year
Maybe.
for the
I mean,
WWE
say what
Championship.
you will, say what you will,
I'm
he's not a
really
wrestler,
being
but
facetious. but he is a fantastic wrestler. I will agree.
I mean, he's picking shit up quick.
But there's no saying. He could have been training for a while.
It doesn't matter how long he's been training. This is only his second official
No.
match.
I agree with you. But I'm saying, dude, like, he looks like he might be seasoned and just, you know what I mean? Like, he might have put in the hours for the training. Who knows?
Absolutely.
It'd be interesting because you can't. You got to think that may necessarily. I mean, they could still keep that shit going too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Unless
that feud ain't over.
Unless Undisputed Era is going to be making the move to the main roster.
Raw or
Maybe,
SmackDown.
yeah.
Now here's the thing:
I have a problem.
if they go to Raw or SmackDown,
go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
do you bring them as a faction to whichever show it is, or do you split them apart?
I think they
What
need.
was your problem?
Okay, here's my problem with that. The main roster. I am pissed that they kind of have brought NXT back down to a developmental roster.
It's not that.
That's how it feels, though.
Right, but there's a reason for it.
What's that?
It's the COVID.
Right.
That is the reason why they weren't involved in Survivor Series.
I can get that
because they're trying to keep the NXT people just with the NXT people, Raw people with Raw. They're not trying to intermingle as many people.
Well, they're three different shows
try
for
to
a reason.
in an attempt to try to keep that.
I don't know. I just kind of felt.
But
like
I mean,
that,
that's the reason. I've watched some things about it, read some stuff up on it, and that is the reasoning for it. Is because of the COVID.
I mean, that makes sense. I can see that. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
But 2021 might change.
Okay, we're gonna change gears.
Oh, wait.
Talking about war games. Let's
Let's
head over to Monday Night Raw and talk a little bit about the Asuka and Lana team up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Where did that tag team come from? They're just springing tag teams on us. And
they've been. Their plan with Alana has been they've been slowly transitioning her to a face.
And Kyle, what were you saying too?
I'm just saying, the first Lana's was Natalia, then they split them up, and then you had the Iconics. They split them up. Freaking Peyton Royce is teaming up with who's she teaming up with?
They paired her up with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, so
speaking of Lacey,
they're just bringing in tag teams, mixing them up.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram post.
Lacey seems to have had some enhancement done to her.
No.
I don't know. People are thinking she got.
It just had to do with the
off
outfit
topic.
she was wearing.
Off topic. Sorry.
We're talking about an Instagram post.
Yes. Go check it out. Lacey Evans.
Bring it back in. Reel it in. Let's get back to the team.
I'd reel that in.
I'm not saying a word.
So what do we think? Asuka and Lana, are they going to go for the tag titles?
You got to think they are because they've had, Lana pinned Baszler and,
Let me ask you a question. Is that tag team title the women's championship for Raw and SmackDown and NXT?
It's for all brands.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
I honestly think, in my opinion, once again, the coronavirus is stopping a lot of production between championships and teams being developed because they can't do a whole lot because they can't bring people from SmackDown or Raw, and like Bill was saying, they're trying not to intermingle.
They can't have everybody
so
together.
It's kind of becoming irrelevant with the tag titles.
Yeah.
Hopefully when all this crap ends, things can go back to normal and they can actually build decent teams and have a storyline that involves women's tag titles a lot more.
Yeah.
Well said, K-Swine.
And really, honestly, one of the things I sort of take issue with is since Asuka has won the women's Raw title,
right?
They haven't really had her in a prominent feud with anyone, really. I mean,
I know. You feel that way too, right?
They had some stuff with Zelina Vega. She did have a match against Lana, but I mean,
She
I mean,
spoke
let's
to
be
her.
honest.
They had a semi.
Selena Vega at the time, well, I mean, she's not even with the company now, but at the time,
Yeah.
Selena Vega wasn't going to beat Asuka. Lana wasn't going to beat Asuka.
No.
Right.
You know, they haven't had a legit
They had
feud
a
with
semi,
her.
They had a semi feud with Sasha and Bailey when they were tag champ, but
Dude.
it wasn't really a rivalry.
You know what would be cool? Just real quick, we're talking Asuka as champ. You know, eventually Becky Lynch is gonna have to come back.
Sooner or later, yeah.
Well,
How cool would it be if Asuka still has that belt?
He went and Becky wins it back.
Yeah, because Becky gave it to her.
But is Becky going to go to Raw? Or is Becky going to go to SmackDown?
I think Raw is her home.
Raw, 'cause she's
I don't think so. I
You think
she
they're gonna
goes to
put her
SmackDown.
with Seth?
Because they're going to... That's one thing Vince does. He likes to keep... If people are... That's one thing that they've said. If people who are like couples, they like to try to
keep
keep them together.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. The Street Profits and Bianca Belair are on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Coincidence? I think not.
So I think, I think if Becky comes back, she goes to SmackDown. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. But
All right.
but
we're
there's
getting-
also rumor that possibly like for I've heard rumors of the Monday after the TLC pay-per-view.
Mhm.
Becky might come back.
No, Charlotte
Oh.
making a return.
Ghosts. Anyway,
That door was shut.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So the wind,
Anyway.
the wind turned the doorknob.
all right. Back.
Dude, I'm
Don't
telling
worry
you.
about the door.
Haunted.
Let's get to
The door
next.
just popped open and it terrified Joey.
It's haunted.
He thought the serial killer was coming to get him.
Bring it in, Kyle.
Let's get to topic number 3. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. Number 3. No, wait. 1, 2, 4. Topic number 4.
Quattro!
Moment of bliss. What's up with that?
Yeah, man.
Randy Orton?
Randy Orton on there. And then the Fiend shows up. And when the lights come on and the Fiend is in the ring, Randy Orton's holding Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And the Fiend seemed concerned for like Alexa. Did Randy find the Fiend's weakness? Is it Alexa?
Maybe. I like Randy Orton's point. Hey, Bray Wyatt's weakness was his cabin. He burned that down. And then all of a sudden,
You got sounds happening all over
relax,
the place.
Joey. We'll protect you.
It's
okay.
creepy, bro.
No, focus.
It's creepy.
Focus. We are on the air.
Now a noise happened outside out back. And it's,
We're on
it's,
the air.
it's
Bring it
scaring
back in.
Joey.
We're on
So everyone,
Randy Orton's weak.
everyone stop a moment and let's all just stare at Joey because he's afraid.
And while we're doing that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the bell, and a thumbs up. I took all
Yeah,
three
good
of them.
idea. Subscribe,
Anyway,
thumbs up,
yeah, hit
bell
that subscribe.
icon, stare at Joey because he's afraid,
Yes, it took both of you to repeat me. Go ahead.
and then
Anyway,
then move on.
Randy
And
Orton
move on.
said that Bray Wyatt's weakness was the cabin. He burned that down.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
now
Oh shit, dude! You
the
think he's gonna set fire to
Fiend's
Alexa
weakness
Bliss?
is bliss. Who knows? Maybe you
I
will.
hope he doesn't set her on
he's
fire.
a sick bastard. He blew up John Cena during that Iron Man match that one year.
Yeah, he put the Undertaker in a coffin once and set it on fire.
Or so he claims.
You don't remember that,
Right.
Mr.
I do remember that.
Attitude Era? I know everything that happened.
That wasn't the Attitude Era. That was after the Attitude Era.
But
yes, Mr.
He's-
Brainiac.
Yeah,
I remember everything.
he started watching it. You don't remember that? Because then there was that whole match that the
WrestleMania-
Druids brought the
WrestleMania 21.
Randy Orton was in the ring. The
Cowboy
Druids
Bob
brought
Orton.
the casket out, stood it up. Lightning come down and
Oh,
struck the
yeah,
casket,
yeah,
set it
yeah.
on fire.
Cell.
It swings open and the
Yeah.
Undertaker come back. And Randy Orton looked terrified in
He
the
looked
ring.
like he looked like he pooped himself.
He looked like you did when you hear a strange noise. What is
What is
it?
that? Oh my God!
What
It's
is
coming to the door.
All right,
Worst case Joe.
reel it on in.
Number 5. heading over to SmackDown, we were talking to Bill, Captain.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
back here.
I thought I saw someone I recognized. It was someone else.
Since we were talking about the women's division on
He is so stupid. Reel that motherfucker in,
women's
guys.
division, since we were talking about the women's division on Raw, we're going to go over to SmackDown. The Bayley and Bianca Belair build up.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of, and SmackDown. Bianca Belair was out rings at the announce table during the Bayley Natalya match, which surprisingly enough, Natalya made Bayley tap out with the sharpshooter.
Yeah. So does that make
But-
Bayley look weak, or is that building up to
Natalia.
I don't know. I mean, Natalya is the boat, according to her.
She
That's
is.
Best of all
That
time.
is
That's what
such
she
a
says.
bad-
She is the boat.
She says she's the boat.
The boat.
That's such a bad.
The best of all time.
I mean, when you think about veteran women
letters.
now out of the active roster, she is the veteran.
Oh,
She
yeah.
really is.
But
But
apparently,
Last
Bo-
of her generation.
Bianca was
there,
out
you
the
know?
ringside, and then there were some words, and then I saw there was a backstage little thing where Bianca Belair was walking,
Right.
and Bayley come up there, spouting off at the mouth to her, and Bianca Belair's like, oh, starts taking her earrings out, like she does. Yeah, because that's what it was. Is Bianca Belair starts saying, "I'm the EST." Like, yeah, I know you're the EST. I'm the BEST. Is what Bayley starts telling her. And going off, and then that's when Bianca Belair starts taking her earring out. And she's like, "Oh, I just had a match. I'm injured, so settle down. Put your earrings back in."
We're
But yeah,
good.
I think they're building up for the Bianca and Bayley, and I for one would like to see that.
I would too.
I mean, Bayley's one of she's one of the top women right now.
Of course.
You
She's the heel.
Even though she doesn't have a belt, she's still one of the top.
That title reign cemented
Bayley's
her
going to help Bianca Belair get a push.
Yeah,
big time.
I agree.
Well, moving
I
on
agree.
to topic number 6. We're halfway there, folks. Halfway there. We're going to talk about what
We're on
happened
the second hand now.
at the beginning of the show of SmackDown, and Kevin Owens challenging Roman Reigns to TLC.
The head of the
And
table.
calling him a biatch.
He did.
He called him a bitch.
Yeah. What'd he say? He says, "Yeah, you
He
tell."
did, dude. He called
you
him
told-
a
you-
bitch. I couldn't
You
believe
told me to grow up. Well, I'm telling you to grow a pair. And he says, "You talk about you call yourself the head of the table. I think you're nothing but a bitch."
Biatch.
So we got.
So there was nothing official. Do you think that's what you think there will be the TLC?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, they're
KO
not gonna
and
just.
Roman
What else are they
Reigns?
going to do?
They're not. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, he doesn't.
right.
He doesn't have
They're
another
not
rivalry
gonna-
going. And you know what?
Will it be a TLC match?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
'cause
think
that-
that'll be the main
Yes.
event?
Well, that's what he said. Kevin Owens talked about.
I like TLC matches, but I think the storyline would have been a little bit more comical if Kevin Owens just said, "How about a tables match? Because you're the head of the table, so
Right.
so I'll put you through one."
Damn, Kyle, that would.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
it's a
though.
TLC match.
I just like the fact that OKO, man, he's just, he's so
Full of piss and
relatable.
vinegar,
But
that
he's
guy.
he's relatable as just that
Average guy.
average, that average Joe. He's not the big jacked, ripped, muscle bound,
He's
type
like the-
guy.
Yeah, he's like the McFoley.
Exactly.
He's
yeah.
not buff and all that, but he can kick your ass.
He is.
And he
He's nimble,
uses-
and he ain't afraid to take a bump.
And he uses the greatest finisher of all time, the Stone
Jackhammer?
Cold Stunner. We're not going to go.
Everybody's going to debate that. I don't know if
We're
it's
not
the
going to
greatest.
go through this again.
It's not the greatest. It's one of the greatest.
Stone Cold
but-
has the greatest finisher of all time.
No.
I said it. Boom.
No.
You can put it on anybody. No lifting. Nothing.
Woo!
Woo!
Jesus, man, these guys and their chops. Man.
Get out of there.
I'm gonna keep it right here.
Get out of there.
I'm gonna keep it right here.
Get out
But,
of there.
yeah.
All right.
And
Now,
It's right there.
will it be an entertaining match? Absolutely. Do I want?
Woo!
Oh, of course. Is KO gonna beat Roman?
No.
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 Roman's still building that heel turn.
Yeah.
Roman is a fantastic heel, man. I can't.
I just wanted to get in on it.
Woo! Oh,
did we-
sorry, bro.
It's,
Woo!
Nice!
Woo!
Suckered us in, dude. We
He did. He played
Did
possum.
baby.
He played some
did.
possum.
did.
Moving on to topic
You
number
got
7.
that color.
Topic number 7. Talking about Roman Reigns, talking about KO. What happens at the end of the show? Roman Reigns finally gives Uso the consequences he was talking about.
Yeah.
Beating up his cousin.
His
Yeah.
back.
You you get in line.
After
Yeah, he
Jay
was
and
telling him to
Roman,
get in line with that chair, bro.
after Jay and Roman,
Let's fix this.
you know, with chairs work Kevin Owens over,
Yeah.
and then Roman just kind of turns and looks at Jay. Jay never saw it coming.
He
Right.
sure
And
did.
he
Never-
worked.
never saw that
He
coming.
he beat the piss out of him with that chair, man.
I tell you what, capitalizing what Joey said about his heel, he's an awesome heel. Look at this. Roman Reigns single-handedly destroyed Otis during the match itself. Then he destroys Kevin Owens with Jey Uso, and then he destroys his own cousin. He destroyed everybody and showed his dominance as the head guy of the damn business.
He's the tribal chief. He's the head of the table.
He is the man right now.
Decaf.
Is
You gotta get excited.
he above
That's it,
Randy
man.
in your opinion?
Oh no, he's not above Randy in my book because Randy is my guy. But he is above Randy right now because he is the guy.
He is the
he's-
guy.
Oh yeah.
He's steering the ship right now.
Even though he's a heel. Now, right now, really, to me, there is no like Hulk Hogan, John Cena type right now. It is more of
It's Roman Reigns Day.
Roman-
yeah.
But
This
you
is-
know,
this is his time.
but listen, at the same time, over on Raw, Drew McIntyre, and I like how when they had that Drew McIntyre Roman match, even though Roman
That was a
won,
good match.
I mean Drew, they still made sure that Drew looked strong,
Of course.
you know, and it wasn't it wasn't clean. It took some shenanigans.
Well, and all more better for Roman with the heat. So why not?
I think if do you think there will be a Roman? I mean, I know it. Like you said, we've already established KO's not going to win at TLC.
No.
At what point do you think the
You-
Roman Drew rematch happens? You
think
think
it'll
that'll be a
happen?
WrestleMania thing? Because I don't think everyone's talking about The Rock. And trust me, I want to see Roman and The Rock too. I don't think it's going to be at this WrestleMania because this WrestleMania is going to be in Tampa again because they were supposed to be in Tampa last year, and then this year was going to be in LA. But you know,
You
the
think
old
they're
Corona
Do
COVID.
you think they're going to hold out till next year so they can
When
have
it's
a bigger
back,
crowd?
but it's also it's in LA next year.
Right.
And when I say next year, I mean 2022. 2021 is going to be back in Tampa, Raymond James Stadium. They're getting their WrestleMania that they missed out on this year.
Right.
If the fans are back in the stadium.
There will be.
So
Think so?
I
hope
think they
so.
might hold off till. So if that's the case,
Roman.
that's going to be a long run for Roman.
Yeah, maybe he'll hold it for a year.
I can
It would
see
be
him
it
holding
would be
for
over a
while.
year.
Maybe he'll top CM Punk.
Yeah, because
CM Punk had like over 400 days or something.
yeah, but then Brock
will
beat that. Remember?
He beat that.
Yeah.
Well, it's different because Brock wasn't freaking there every damn week.
I know, but
You're gonna
but
get
there
him
was
started,
but
Bill.
there was a reason why though. They had Brock beat because Vince didn't want CM Punk have. I guarantee you, he wanted that record broke. He didn't want CM Punk having that because you know the animosity between
Yeah, I know.
McMahon, WWE, and Punk.
McMahon usually makes up with every freaking person he backstabs anyway. Like look at Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bret
off
Hart.
topic. Wheel it back in. Let's go to our next topic.
Sorry.
Topic number 8. Since we're talking about world championships and confusion, let's talk about AJ Styles winning the triple threat match
Yeah.
Now
he's
he's
the
the
number
number
one
one contender.
Against who?
Keith Lee.
against Drew McIntyre, but
Right, no. But who did he win the triple threat against?
Keith Lee and Riddle.
Riddle. Just Riddle, not Matt Riddle.
No,
He's just Riddle now.
He's just Riddle.
So he beats Keith Lee
Bro.
and Riddle in the triple threat. And then he has a discussion with The Miz backstage
Yep.
about possibly having him helping The Miz win so he can fight The Miz.
Yeah, he
instead
straight
of
up
Drew
told Miz. He
McIntyre.
straight up told Miz. Because I'd much rather face you for the belt than Roman. It'd be easier, or Drew. It'd be easier to beat you. It was like,
What?
It was like a backhanded compliment, you know?
I want you to be
Oh yeah,
champion so I
I'll
can
help
beat
you so you can win the title because I think it'll be easier to take it away from you.
Yeah,
You know, I mean but that's some AJ shit right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's an arrogant, cocky,
Little
talented son of a bitch.
He's
Man.
a good heel though.
He is, and he's probably the best wrestler right now.
I could see that.
I mean, really,
could see that.
I would
I could
say
say
AJ
that.
Styles is probably I mean, think about it. I mean,
Well said,
even the
though.
Undertaker.
I agree.
Even the Undertaker said, you know, if he was gonna have one last match, before the Boneyard match, you know, AJ would be the guy out, you know, to do it with, man.
So
I could have a match with AJ and he could make me look good. You know,
here-
the dude's just that talented.
here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
To answer your question of if there's going to be a Drew McIntyre Roman Reigns rematch. Let's say TLC AJ Styles wins because he has been champion before. He can steer Raw into the correct direction again. And in some kind of loophole, like the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre loses the WWE Championship, wins the Royal Rumble, thinks he's going to get another match with AJ Styles, but instead he picks the fight with the Universal
Yeah,
Champion
he challenges.
Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year, since we're thinking The Rock's going to be next year now.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
I think that could
AJ
happen.
Styles wins TLC.
it's plausible.
It is
Drew
plausible.
McIntyre wins the Rumble and faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Right.
And then maybe Drew McIntyre takes the strap off over there. And then they can have a back and forth battle for a few months.
Could be.
I like it. Well, in case one.
It could be.
That's my
It could
thoughts.
be. It could
could be.
very well be.
But now, let's reel it on in.
That's my line. Let's do my lines.
Woo!
God, man.
Topic
I
number
wish I was sitting next to Joey.
Why?
Yeah,
I missed
you did.
back in the
You
day.
did, you order.
Back in the day when it was me, you, and
Brad.
Brad, and you were in the middle,
Oh, fabulous B.
You were in the
Yeah,
middle.
both sides.
and I used to be able to chop you real good. I got him real good one time, one
We
week.
can always switch seats sometimes.
This is true.
I can have him sit in the middle.
This is true. And now both of you guys'
no.
tiny little hands trying to chop me.
Bringing it back
Bring
in.
it back in.
Topic number
Tiny
9.
man here.
Let's combine 2 events into one topic. We have Orange Cassidy winning the Diamond Battle Royal,
Yep.
and then Jericho, because the Inner Circle starts fighting with each other and starts being a bunch of
Well, it's
JOs,
because
AOs, and
Jericho was taking on. Oh wow!
it sounds like Kazarian, but it's not Kazarian.
It was Kazarian.
It's Kazarian.
I
See?
was drawing it.
Very close.
Frankie Kazarian. Little fun fact about that. You know, Jericho's been around for 30 years. Frankie Kazarian's been around for 20 plus years. That was the first time ever that those two faced each other one-on-one in a match.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. And it happened right there on AEW.
Yeah.
On TNT.
Yeah, and MJF was faking like he was going to throw the towel in. You know, Sammy Guevara come out and, you know, grabbed it away, but Jericho wins. But then there was the whole, you know, they start fighting with each other, you know, Wardlow and Jake Hager. And then Jericho
Because what
said
happened-
he's tired of this bullshit, and he gave him 1 week.
Right.
You got 7 days. It was like the Ring, man. You know?
If you guys don't get your shit
7
together, we're
days.
breaking up.
So
Either get your shit together, everyone get on the same page, or I will disband the Inner Circle.
And they just got together.
So,
Here's the thing.
is the Inner Circle going to disband, or will they get their shit together?
I think Jericho's getting ousted.
I don't think. I still.
You
agree
still
with
think
Joey.
he's getting ousted?
I
Huh?
still agree with Joey. I think
MJF is
Jake
slotted.
Hager and Jericho will get booted, and everybody else will stay together with MJF.
Yeah, because Wardlow kind of replaces Jake Hager's role.
Hey, that might not happen, but that's what I think.
I like that.
What is your thoughts? You keep asking us.
So-
what do you
so
think's
then
go-
it'll be-
What do you think's going to happen, Bill? Captain Bill? What are your thoughts about what's going to happen?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Inner Circle doesn't. They don't disband the Inner Circle.
Everybody goes their separate ways.
Yeah. I mean, it would. Listen, if you think about it, AEW's got a lot of groups and factions.
They do.
Good tag team.
You know,
It's fantastic, their tag division.
I love their tag belts. They're awesome.
you know, but
They are cool
you know,
belts.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't split up the Inner Circle because, to me, without Jericho,
It's pointless.
it's not the Inner Circle. I mean, that
Right.
was
That's
that was
his
the whole
thing.
concept. It was his Inner Circle. People, you know, I mean, Jericho was the Inner Circle, but you know, that would be like kicking Ric Flair out of the Horsemen. You know,
Yeah, it's true. It wouldn't be the Four Horsemen without
you
him.
know.
He was always the prominent member.
Speaking of war games,
Yeah, I don't, you know, like you said, honestly, who knows? And, well, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with AEW as we're going to get to some more
Get
of
to
that,
the end
dude.
of
There's,
getting to more of it, let's go to topic number 10, the main event, the AEW World Championship match. It was freaking awesome. John Moxley
Kenny
versus
Omega.
Kenny Omega. What a match. I loved it.
It was insane. A lot of
It
near
was,
falls.
but
A lot of near falls.
Yeah, as you all know, Omega won, but it was the fashion in which he won that is
Not Omega.
causing a lot of controversy. Maybe I don't know if you want to call it that, but it certainly got people talking because Don Callis of Impact, he's an executive
Yeah,
at Impact
producer.
Wrestling, was there as a special guest
Of Kenny
of
Omega.
Kenny Omega's, interfered in the match, basically helping Omega.
With a microphone.
Yeah, he dropped the microphone, you know, because Moxley laid him out, and he drops the microphone. Omega picks it up,
Watch out.
busts Moxley in the head,
And then
splits
he did
him
that
open.
move.
Yeah, and then he does. Yeah, he
That cool move he does. I don't know what it's called, but it's awesome.
and then he ends
a
it
finisher.
with the one-winged angels, his
One-winged,
finishing.
That's
move.
the one I'm talking about. So
But he did a couple of knee strikes, the jumping.
he did.
The flying V or something, I think he calls it.
Well, Moxley and
He
in
did
that
like two of
aspect,
those, and then
Moxley
he does the
doesn't look
one-winged
weak,
angel.
though.
Huh?
Moxley doesn't look weak then.
Oh,
too.
no.
Yeah.
I love the match.
But then right after the match is over, Omega and Callis haul ass out, out to the parking lot.
What did Callis say
The
on camera?
the AEW reporter catches up with him in the parking lot. What the hell's going on? What are you doing? And Callis tells him, he says, we'll tell you everything on Tuesday night. And he says, Tuesday night, but Dynamite's on Wednesday night. He's like, no.
Topic 11.
We're going to talk to you. We'll discuss it on Impact Wrestling on Tuesday. So that means Kenny Omega, the newly crowned AEW World Heavyweight Champion, is going to be appearing on
Impact
AEW or on
Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling.
That's going to be insane.
So,
There's some kind of deal going on.
for those of you who don't know how to get a hold of Impact Wrestling
Access.
access,
Yeah.
you can always go onto the Impact website and just review the videos, check out the website, see what they're going to be doing, because we're probably here to talk about a little bit of Impact next week because of the combining of the two organizations.
But see, that's the thing.
Are they going to do an invasion angle? Or
As we might as well just segue into
Topic
the
11.
next topic,
Topic 11.
which is AEW seems to be going to be collaborating with other promotions, not just Impact. They've already
New Japan
have
Pro
a
Wrestling.
working relationship with NWA, because I mean Ricky
Yeah.
Starks, Eddie Kingston, those guys come. They come.
They came right from NWA.
Thunder Rosa.
So
I mean, they come right from. They have defended a couple of times the NWA Women's Championship.
On
Deeb,
AEW.
Selena Deeb is the AEW
NWA.
NWA
Women's Champion.
She's defended it at Full Gear and on Dynamite.
Thunder Rosa, when she had it, she defended that title. Also. So obviously, they have a working relationship with NWA already. They're obviously about to have one with AEW,
Hey,
and there's talk and rumor of
New
a
Japan.
New Japan.
hey.
And there was a tease to that at Jericho's big 30th year celebration thing, when all those little vignettes of people thanking, talking and sending messages. There was the one wrestler from New Japan Wrestling
Yeah.
that gave one of the shout outs, congratulating Jericho.
Well,
So,
Jericho
I mean, that's
said,
kind of like a little. Now think about the impact that could have on the world of professional wrestling as a whole. You now have AEW is going to have a working relationship with NWA,
yep.
Impact, which, by the way, in case you guys don't know, but just a little side note there, NWA has another, how they had their show, their YouTube show on Tuesday nights, and that stopped with the COVID stuff. Well, last week they premiered their new NWA Shockwave on Tuesday nights. In fact, Nick Aldis defended the NWA heavyweight title, 10 pounds of gold, against one Mike Bennett.
Maria Kanellis.
Mike Kanellis, when he was in WWE. Yeah. So, you think about the potential now of all these. I mean, you could have the Young Bucks taking on the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
From Impact.
You're talking
Or the Good Brothers.
You're
That'd be
talking
awesome.
it being like the old school NWA.
I'm talking about it being
Territories.
kind of like the old territory
That's
days
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
territories.
NWA was around like
It's like
WWE doesn't have that monopoly on pro wrestling quite anymore like they did. Are they still the
cream
big
of
dog
the
on the
crop.
block?
You better believe
Yes,
it.
they are.
But the old saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And everybody else might be teaming up to try to take on WWE in one big calamity.
Now, because of all of this,
I
I
see
did
that.
see where Triple H actually has said, "Oh, will we be open to working with other promotions?"
But not,
Triple H.
not Vince.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything come from Vince. Whether or not that actually happens
Telling
remains
you,
to be seen.
it's like you said, Bill. He just needs an office in the headquarters,
That's right, man.
out of the way. He can relive the '90s, '80s.
Right.
You know.
He's got a phone on his desk, but it only goes to like one, like one person.
Yeah, and you just, and then it's time to let the others take over. No pun intended to take over.
I'm I'm kind of jazzed about the prospect of this. I mean, think about it, man. You can have
possibilities of matches.
some great matchups, man. That could come from this. Not only that, AEW, you could take like your lower tier guys, your low, mid card, type guys in AEW, could go to Japan, could go over and do some stuff at Impact, do some stuff in New Japan, get better,
Without a doubt.
and then come back.
That's
I
how
mean,
it's done, bro.
yeah, it's. I think, like I said,
Don't forget, for a while before all this started up, the only main companies really were WWE, TNA when it was TNA, and then you had
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yes, can't leave them out, but that was it for so long. I mean, you had New Japan and all that, but now it's like these partnerships are coming out now, so it's like, oh shit, you know, they're making some good moves, and
if WWE is going to do it, Ring of Honor might be a good.
Ring of Honor would be
a good one to
and then maybe
collab with.
And maybe Jay Lethal can finally be in the WWE at some point.
Yeah, at least match.
One can hope.
All right. We ready for the main event? I'm surprised this guy ain't wearing a shirt. He's gonna go through the roof.
Yeah, dude.
The main event of the Dirty Dozen this week.
Topic
Everybody knows it's coming.
12.
Everybody knows it's coming.
The return of Hornswoggle?
Yes. Hornswoggle made his triumphant return. Wait a minute. No.
The phenomenal one.
Bill's chomping at the bit here.
That was funny.
Who did return on AEW this week, Bill?
Steve Borden,
AKA
the Icon,
AKA
a man called Sting.
Sting!
Dude, I'm here to tell you.
Sting!
When he come walking out, I honest to God, man, I got goosebumps.
I know you did.
I actually got a little excited.
Because
he was a little kid, bro.
You know, listen, when I first started to watch wrestling, it's no secret that my favorite tag team of all time is also the greatest tag team of all time.
Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom Road Warriors.
Well,
but my favorite wrestler, just singles guy,
that was Hawk, bro.
was Sting, man.
I know, man.
Sting was the man, dude.
When you said LOD, sorry, I had to do the Hawk.
No, that's understandable. You know,
just brings it out.
They excite people, man.
And Kyle was looking at me like, what the hell?
So,
yeah,
what is Sting going to do?
It's gonna hit everybody with a bat.
You know, here's
That's
the thing.
what he's gonna do, bro.
This is what I've heard.
General manager,
Sting has signed
referee,
a multi-year deal with AEW. He is going to be a regular performer. You're going to see him
right. I don't think
every week. You're going to see him.
I don't think he's gonna be.
He's been wrestling since what? Early 80s?
He's 61.
Bro, he's 61, dude.
61 years old.
Wrestled.
Don't get me wrong.
He's got to be in some shape, man.
When he come out, he's maybe 61, dude, but he still looked straight up badass.
Sting, look. I think he's gonna be more like. Okay, do you remember when they used Austin as like an enforcer, like the Sheriff of Raw or something like that? Maybe they do something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe he keeps order in AEW.
Yeah, I kind of like how he come out.
Something, I don't know.
He comes out, he gets in the ring, he goes over, stands face to face with Arn Anderson.
Yeah, and there's
because
history
back
there.
There's a lot of history there, dude. 4 Horsemen, and and Sting had many awards.
And they mentioned
with the 4 Horsemen back in the day.
Right, and JR touched on something like that. Just
right, those guys
history.
got history, yeah. And then he goes over to Dustin. And he just stands there, looks down at Dustin, and Dustin's just kind of laying on the ground in the corner, just like looking up at him. Again, he's familiar with Dustin. Their paths have crossed.
In WCW.
And then Derby Allen with his...
Well, not just WCW, but
face.
NWA. Then he goes over to Cody. And Cody, it's no secret. Obviously next to his dad, the American Dream, who, Sting was Cody's favorite. That was his favorite wrestler, man. He grew up a huge Sting fan. So that had to be a big deal for him to have Sting, there. But yeah, then he goes over to... And notice, Arn was standing already when Sting approached him. But Dustin and Cody were on the ground. They didn't get up. They just laid there, kind of looking at him. But when he walked over to Darby Allin stood up. Because he's the young guy. He knows who Sting is, but it's almost like there wasn't as much, I don't want to say fear, but I don't know. He stood up because
You
you
kinda
don't,
have
maybe you don't like
a
know
like
what
a respect
Sting's
thing.
all about, kind of thing, you know. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
Maybe
it's just.
he needs to get learned.
But I kind of dug how Sting kind of was like, looks over, looks at his unpainted side of his face,
and then his painted side.
then goes around to the looking at the painted side,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
they just kind of did that, you know, that stare, you know.
Not only
And
that,
it's funny because people have compared Darby Allin. You know, there's been a lot of Sting comparisons over the last few weeks. I have made those comparisons. You know, when they would show Darby Allin like up in the crowd, sitting
up
just
in the
watching by
rafters.
himself. It was very reminiscent of the WCW Sting up in the rafters or up in the upper level, you know, seats where there was nobody at, just sitting there watching what was going on
so
below.
is he maybe going to manage him?
I don't know. That just, but we'll know this Wednesday because Sting is
think
going to
It would
speak.
be kind right, but and I'm sure he's going to make some kind of mention of WWE.
No. He's not gonna do that.
How cool is it though, just seeing
don't think
Sting
so?
back on TNT? No, he didn't.
Yeah, it's been 20 years, bro.
since he was on.
That's
TNT.
actually another point.
Almost 20
JR
years.
made, or was it?
Yeah, and Tony
Schiavone.
Schiavone. Of course,
The
Tony
first-
Schiavone was the one who
first time
called.
Sting has been on TNT since 2001.
Since that last match.
And he
Of
was
Nitro
in
against
the
Ric Flair.
very last match on Nitro.
So
Well, boys,
I'm really excited and eager to see what they do with Sting and what exactly, how they're going to use him and how that's going to go.
I am too.
They got a lot. If you think about it, AEW, they have a lot of like old school legends.
Tully Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard again. There's another guy Sting's got history with because he was part of the Horsemen. You know, so but you got Tully, you got Arn, you got Taz, you
Jake.
got Jake the Snake. There's a lot of those like old school guys.
And it gives them, listen, the thing is, they get enough talent like that in there. Those guys are also training. Those guys are also, you know, trying to help the younger generation get over. So I dig it, man. I love seeing
And you know
them
what?
in
If
those
they do,
roles.
you know, if they're going to be a working relationship between AEW and Impact, Sting's got history. He's got quite a bit of history with him. He's actually got more history with Impact than
Where
he
he
does
came out with
WWE.
his Joker gimmick.
I kind
But
of dug the Joker thing in Impact.
it was a little
TNA.
weird.
I liked it.
Case one.
so let's wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for tuning in to the
Oh,
Dirty
geez,
Dozen.
man, straight to it, boy, huh? Not even a couple kisses on the neck. We're just gonna go just right in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
What else did you want to do?
Yeah.
You just wanted to ramble on more.
No, but so. Well, no, actually, I did want to give, as we ought to do, a quick mention about ARW.
Okay.
Tickets went on sale for their big anniversary show in
4-year
February.
anniversary.
4-year anniversary show coming up in February.
Cocoa, Florida.
Coco, some of the former guys that are going to be at that show.
Heath Slater's supposed to be there.
Heath Slater,
He's got
The
kids.
Awakening, formerly known as Ascension,
Okay.
is going to be there. We're going to have the return of Teal Piper.
Yep.
She's going to be there again.
JTG.
JTG of Crime Time. You know, Sin Bodai is going to be back.
Cesaro.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that one. But that's in February.
Yeah.
We got reindeer games
2 weeks.
coming up here, 2 weeks away.
That's right, and we'll be
So-
doing a review on that one as well, so stay tuned for that.
And yeah, so I mean, we got to give our shout out to ARW, man. That's our local guy, you know, our local thing, you know. That's
what we do.
and that's
for.
art, man. That's ARW belongs to us, not like us, but just mean us here,
Our
Central
town.
Florida. Yeah, that you know, you got to
Home
show
team.
some
We're part
pride.
of that ARW nation, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
You know, if you haven't, go check out. We have a review from their last show. We got, you know, we did interviews, and we got some interviews lined up with some. One of them, Ryzen, who
Ryzen,
who is part of AEW. He does some stuff with AEW too. So
yeah, on AEW Dark.
again, I just want to say, after you're done liking and subscribing and watching our stuff, go check out ARW, Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. They got a YouTube channel. Check out their stuff, man. I just want to make sure that every week, man, I just want to make sure that we show a little love to our hometown team.
Absolutely.
Alex Red. I'm gonna say it. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. You the man.
You are the man.
You are the man, sir.
Right on.
So that being said, now I just wanted to give that. Like you said, we can't not just mention our boys. So
Absolutely.
So yeah, that being said, we're gonna go ahead and put a bow on this sumbitch.
That's how
Merry
you do a
Christmas.
bow.
And well, soon it's coming. We got the Christmas tree up over there.
So we will see you next time on the
3,
2
1
Screw.
right here. Right here. All right, I think that dude's back. Hang on a second. You don't see him? Right back there.
I think I see him.
Why, you son of a bitch.